You found yourself on another edition of Let 'Em Know Kings United, and on today's episode, it was a dominant Sunday for the Cavs and the Kings as they beat the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks wire to wire. It is a Victory Monday that is full of dominant victories, and we're going to break it all down right here on Let 'Em Know Kings United. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for the post-game reaction podcast of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and the Chicago Bulls. This is Let 'Em Know Kings United. Let 'em know, nation. You know what time it is. Welcome to another edition of Let 'em Know Kings United, your Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and the Chicago Bulls post-game reaction podcast. And I am your host, Scarlett Weisberg. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's program. And you can find Let 'em Know Kings United, which is absolutely free and available on Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Pandora, Spotify, and wherever else you want to listen to this great show. Give the show a follow on the platforms if you can, please. Turn on your notifications so you know about the next episode. You can also listen to this show by going to anchor.fm/CLESK United, anchor.fm/CLESK United. And please give Let 'Em Know Kings United a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you are listening to this on. It is a great way to support the podcast, and I appreciate every one of you that is tuning in today for another episode of Let 'Em Know Kings United. And to use the old cliche, ladies and gentlemen, there were no Sunday scaries for the Sacramento Kings and the Cleveland Cavaliers because both of those teams took care of business. And I'm not talking about taking care of business during a regular NBA game. No. They took care of business by dominating the Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks, respectively, wire to wire. It was almost like I wasn't even worried about watching the Cavs and the Kings last night. I wasn't worried about their games. I mean, I was a little worried for the Cleveland Cavaliers because they were without Donovan Mitchell and they were without Caris LeVert, and they were going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champion Denver Nuggets, who were coming into this game 9-3. I was a little bit worried about that. I was also a little bit worried for the Sacramento Kings, who were facing Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, and the surprising Dallas Mavericks, given the start that they had to start the regular season. So I was a little worried about that. Nope. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Sacramento Kings said, you know what? Don't worry about your worries. Watch us dominate wire to wire. And that is exactly what they did. I want to start by talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers because I thought that the 2 wins that Cleveland had this season against the Golden State Warriors were the most impressive victories of the season. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to y'all here. I think this performance that the Cleveland Cavaliers had against the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champion, against the Denver Nuggets, was a little bit more impressive than what they did against the Golden State Warriors. You know why it was impressive? Everybody stepped up to the plate. It was a complete team effort against the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champions. And we did a really amazing job at defending Nikola Jokic, who almost fouled out. We forced him into foul trouble, and Michael Malone and the Denver Nuggets, they couldn't do a whole lot of nothing. Nikola Jokic said that they were better than us today. I thought we played a little stagnant and needed some movement. needed more movement, They were getting whatever they wanted on the offensive glass and in the lane. The Cavaliers did not trail in the final three quarters, out-rebounded the Nuggets 47-33 with power forward Evan Mobley and Jared Allen both fronting and playing behind Nikola Jokic on many possessions. JB Bickerstaff deserves a lot of credit for the game plan in this game. I thought the Cleveland Cavaliers did an amazing job at creating actions against Nikola Jokic. The Cavaliers did a really great job of defending Nikola Jokic, almost double teaming Nikola Jokic at times. Was it all perfect? No, I think Nikola Jokic still got his buckets. I mean, he's still the best player in the world. I'm not even going to deny that. But to the Cavaliers' credit, they did outstanding at creating screening actions on Jokic and forcing the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic to read those actions. And I thought that the Cleveland Cavaliers did an amazing job of screening and dive cutting against the Denver Nuggets. I mean, if this was a perfect playbook on how to play against the reigning defending undisputed NBA champions, the Cavaliers got the right playbook to beat the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not saying this right now, but this might be an overreaction. If the Cleveland Cavaliers season sweep the Denver Nuggets, which will not be easy, because the next time that the Denver Nuggets play the Cleveland Cavaliers, it will be all the way on March 31st on NBA TV in Denver. I think the Denver Nuggets in that plenty of time will be ready to make adjustments against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And also, we don't know if this same roster is going to be the same come March 31st. But you know what? That is a whole lot of time to worry about the future. Let's talk about the present. And the present is that the Cleveland Cavaliers got a dominant team win behind Darius Garland, scoring 26 points. An undrafted rookie, Craig Porter Jr., had a career high 21. Let me tell you something about Craig Porter Jr., all right? The first time that I saw him against the Golden State Warriors, I believe it was in San Francisco at the time. I wanted to write this dude off. All right? I wanted to write this dude off because he couldn't make a free throw to save his gosh darn life. All right? I knew when I saw Porter miss, I think, 6 or 9 consecutive free throws. I don't remember what it was, but I made an episode about that. You guys can check that out. But I said after that performance, Craig Porter Jr. wasn't ready for the NBA. Craig Porter Jr. was not ready for the bright lights. He proved me wrong. He proved me and every single hater of Craig Porter Jr. wrong, because this dude belongs in the NBA, all right? I understand that he is a two-way player with Amani Bates and Isaiah Mobley from the G League, but as far as I'm concerned, put Craig Porter Jr. on the NBA roster, all right? I'm going to say it right here, right now. Craig Porter Jr., after this performance, deserves to be on the NBA roster. And let's not forget what he did against the Detroit Pistons the other night. All right? He was impressive in that game, and I think he was more impressive in this game. But what stood out to me was Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. The big boys stepped up against Nikola Jokic. And you know what? Denver, I think they were a little stagnant, to Nikola Jokic's words. I think they were having a bad night. And sometimes teams in this league, in the NBA, they are going to have their bad nights here and there. And I'm going to give credit to the Cleveland Cavaliers for taking advantage of that. And Jared Allen and Evan Mobley said, you know what? We're going to face Nikola Jokic, say less. We're going to meet the challenge. And they dominated on the Denver Nuggets all night long. And Evan Mobley said about the win, everyone stepped up to the plate. That's what got us this win. J.A. played a huge part with putting pressure on the rim between him and me and D.G. It was a work of art, playing basketball the right way and doing things together. It was the most exciting brand of team basketball that I've seen from the Cleveland Cavaliers all year long. And Brad Daugherty said this: it was impressive, but now we got to build on it. Now let's see if we can build on it. There's a lot of positive to take on the road to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the worst NBA all-season, in-season tournament court that I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? It's only for one night. I can deal with the trash court for one night only. But you know what I need? I need the Cavaliers to dominate the Philadelphia 76ers now, all right? I want the Cleveland Cavaliers to take all the momentum of this win and build on it heading to the Philadelphia 76ers. And DG said to give all the credit to the big guys. They did a hell of a job guarding Nikola Jokic and made it hard for him to catch the ball. And DG also had 6 assists on the night. We were a little shorthanded, and our defense carried us the entire game. That was the key that he thought. And you know what? It was the key, because you know what? I was a little worried, like I said, coming into this game. All right? When I saw that Donovan Mitchell was out, I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. We just lost one of our best players in the NBA due to injury. Denver's got this game stacked up. Now that we lose Karis LeVert just minutes before the game, I was like, oh no. Oh no. How are the Cleveland Cavaliers going to pull this off? Well, with the defensive effort of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, the outstanding breakout performance from Darius Garland, and a breakout star is born in the form of Craig Porter Jr. I was like, damn, Cleveland, I see you. I see you, boys. They proved me wrong tonight, and you know what? You know what? I wasn't doubting Cleveland at all. I was just saying that with the injuries that we've had coming into this game, I thought that Denver was going to win this game. I didn't doubt Cleveland altogether, but I knew with the injuries that Denver would have an advantage. Well, I want to give credit to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and specifically the defense of Cleveland. They stepped up when they needed to, and they rebounded the living hell out of the basketball as a team. The Joker said something very, very interesting. He said, we're not rebounding as a team. Sometimes we don't box out, and sometimes it's lucky bounces, but those are excuses. The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions, all right? They're champions in the NBA for a reason. And I think that Denver is still going to be one of those teams that could be in contention for not only the NBA Finals, but they could potentially repeat as NBA champions. I mean, if the season ended right now, my 3 contenders would be the Boston Celtics because of the 11-2 start, the Denver Nuggets because of the reigning defending undisputed NBA champions, and then I would say either the Miami Heat, Sacramento Kings, and I guess you could put the Cleveland Cavaliers up there because of Donovan Mitchell, but I'm not really sure. Maybe that would be a little bit of overreaction. But JB Bickerstaff was really impressive was really happy about the performance of one Jared Allen. I thought Jared was phenomenal, taking the challenge, guarding one of the best players in the world. He made Jokic work for everything. And you know what, Jared Allen? I got to give you the most credit of all right? I had you on my ESPN NBA Fantasy Basketball League, and there were times where I didn't want to play you. I understand that you were injured, and I get it, and I gotta be honest, Jared Allen, I like you as a person, all right? But on the court, you could be a little soft. You could be a little soft sometimes. But I want to give you credit because you stepped the living hell up and guarded one of the best players in the NBA today, if not one of the best players in the entire world in basketball, in Nikola Jokic, and you completely shut him down. And as soon as you shut him down, the Denver Nuggets shut down as a team. And that's what the Cleveland Cavaliers did. Wire to wire at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. They were in complete control against the NBA champs, and you love to see it. You love to see also the Cavs shooting 55% from the field and 41% from three. Outstanding basketball played by Cleveland. 48% from the field for the Denver Nuggets. 48% also from three. The free throw percentage, slight advantage for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 20 makes compared to 17. The rebounds, all credit to Cleveland, 47 to 33, including 11 of them on the offensive boards. And the points of the paint, 56 to 46 in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers. The way that we rebounded as a team and controlled the offensive glass and made second chance opportunities was absolutely incredible. The assist numbers, 30 to 23 in favor of the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is another thing that I loved about this win specifically. We were not a selfish team, all right? The Cavaliers are a good team when we rebound the ball, dominate on defense, and we share the basketball and create some ball movement. And that would create another opportunity for some pick and rolls or the DHO or the high-low action. If the Cavaliers continue to do this brand of basketball, we could beat anybody. We can beat the defending NBA champions. We could beat the 76ers tomorrow. We could beat the Boston Celtics with this brand of basketball, but I'm not going to go there because that's a little bit too far. But, nevertheless, good team win. Good team win for Cleveland. It was a good win against the reigning defending undisputed NBA champions. Complete team effort for Cleveland. As far as the Denver Nuggets, Porter Jr., 21 points, 6 rebounds, but no assist. My guy, you gotta learn how to pass. You're playing selfish basketball, and that ain't gonna help you. I know you are a sharp shooter, I get it, but you gotta learn how to pass the ball. You gotta learn what Darius Garland did. You gotta learn what Craig Porter Jr. did. You gotta learn what Max Strus did and pass the ball. If you want to repeat as NBA champion, Michael Porter Jr., you gotta learn how to pass the ball. All right, that's just me. Nikola Jokic does what he does with 18 points and 10 rebounds. He also had 7 assists, a steal, and a block. I'm not gonna knock him, even though he had a minus 16 on the night. Shtick happens, you know? Shtick happens. You're going to have a hard night sometimes. Not every night is going to be perfect. But you know what's perfect? The starting lineup of the Cleveland Cavaliers was all plus in the plus minus. I know those stats might not matter, but my God, it does matter in this game. Darius Garland, 26 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Jared Allen, he did an amazing job of guarding Nikola Jokic tonight, and he also had 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, and also a steal. Evan Mobley is continuing to be a big dog in the yard. 16 points with 2 blocks. He also had 10 rebounds and 5 assists, a double-double from him. Dean Wade with 6 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in one of the most incredible trick shots that I've ever seen in my life. He was in the right corner, surrounded by Denver defenders, and he threw up a prayer, and somehow that prayer answered. How the hell did Dean Wade make that shot? I literally have no idea, but it went in, and that's all that matters. And Craig Porter Jr., I told y'all that this guy deserves to be on the NBA roster for a reason. He showed me with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Incredible performance from him. And Max Strus, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Great team win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got to build on it tomorrow against the Philadelphia 76ers. But as long as we bring that same energy to Philly, we can beat anybody. Coming up next, we got another victory to break down, and that is the Sacramento Kings, who have now won 6 straight games. And y'all better learn to put some respect on De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. But I'm going to save that till after the break. This is Let 'Em Know Kings United. We're back on Let 'em Know Kings United. A dominant victory Monday for the Sacramento Kings in a game where they dominated wire to wire the Dallas Mavericks 129-113 in a game that they trailed for only 91 seconds. Surging back in front each time the Mavs took leads late in the first quarter and early in the third quarter. The Mavericks, they had one of the most surprising starts. I think they were 8-2 to start off the NBA season. Let me see if I can get my facts straight. Yeah, I think they were 8-2. Yeah, they were the number 2 team in the Western Conference. Maybe the number 2 team in the NBA coming in. But now they got smoked by De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, and the Sacramento Kings, who now have won 6 straight games. 6 straight. I guess you can say that the 2 games that they had against Houston was a wake-up call. I think more the second game than the first game, because the first game that they played against Houston, I was like, all right, Houston got that one. I'm really confident that the Sacramento Kings could at least split that and win Monday's game against Houston. But Houston completely embarrassed the Sacramento Kings on the Monday game. I think it was 120-97, somewhere in that range, but I'm not even going to talk about that. But what I am going to talk about is letting the whole NBA world know that Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are not the best duo in the NBA. Let me say this. Kyrie Irving, there's a lot of news talk about him. All right? There was a whole lot of controversy surrounding Kyrie Irving's career. I'm talking more specifically about the drama that he endured in Brooklyn, but nevertheless, Kyrie Irving is still controversy aside, he is still a really, really talented player. He scored all 23 of his points in the first 3 quarters before missing his only 2 shots in the fourth as the Mavs emptied the bench when they were down by 21 with 5.5 minutes remaining. They waved the white flag. I get how they were in the second night of the back-to-back. Maybe that's a part of it, or maybe the Sacramento Kings were more of a complete team than the Dallas Mavericks, and the Sacramento Kings simply took the wind right out of the sails of the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know what happened, but what I do know is the Sacramento Kings are stinking for real. The Sacramento Kings are a full-on force to be reckoned with, especially with guys with De'Aaron Fox, who dropped 30 points. 30 points. And he's making threes now. De'Aaron Fox is making threes. And he's continuing to go in the mid-range. He continues to get inside. And now he adds a 3-point shot to his arsenal. Good luck guarding this guy. Good luck guarding De'Aaron Fox. Because if he gets this hot, if he gets this going, let me tell you something. Forget all-star starter for De'Aaron Fox. This guy is an MVP caliber candidate. And let's not forget his tag team partner, Domantas Sabonis, who, by the way, was near perfect from the field. He shot 13 of 15 from the field, and Fox hit 6 of 10 from three-point range, as the Sacramento Kings shot 53% overall and 43% from the three-point line. Their season high was 47.6. Out freaking standing basketball by the Sacramento Kings, and you love to see it. But let me say this to the people in the back. Luka Doncic, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. You are the most selfish player in the NBA. I might as well call you Karen Doncic from now on, because every freaking time you complain to the refs about a foul, I don't get it. I don't get it. A player with this much talent calls for the refs to complain about the fouls? Like, who the hell are you? Nobody wants that in the league. You know what good teams and good players do? They play through the whistle. Yeah, the refs are not going to give you calls. Yeah, the refs are going to miss some calls. I get it. But Luka Doncic, you are not going to get better until you learn how to play through it. The refs don't even give a damn about your complaining, all right? I don't even give a damn about you complaining to the refs all the time. And no wonder why the Dallas Mavericks are not going to go anywhere, because you have a selfish guy in Luka Doncic who gets complains every single freaking time about how he gets fouled every game. He should get an automatic technical foul if he complains to the refs, but that's another story for another day. And Jason Kidd, you are not a good coach. You are not. I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth, but Jason Kidd is not a really good coach. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic were the duo that everybody in the NBA was talking about coming in. Everybody was talking about how Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic were the best duo in the NBA. Wrong. The duo that combined for 62 points. The duo that won 6 straight games should be the duo that everybody is talking about, and that is De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Let's not forget that Keegan Murray added 17 points as all 5 starters scored in double figures for the Sacramento Kings, who improved to 3-0 on a 6-game road trip, one shy of their longest this season. But I think now is going to be a challenge for the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Kings have a little bit of an advantage in this game because the starters didn't play as much. I mean, De'Aaron Fox played the lowest minutes. Domantas Sabonis was benched at the right time. I think the starters are going to be fresh and healthy going into New Orleans tonight, and that is going to be a really big thing. But there are some things about the second night of a back-to-back that could potentially kill the momentum of a team. I really, really hope that the Sacramento Kings do not fall in that trap and go to New Orleans and just take care of business. But the way that this team is performing right now in every single aspect of the game, the offense is clicking on all cylinders. The defense, not so much. It was a high scoring game for the most part until they outscored the Dallas Mavericks 22-17 in the fourth quarter. I credit the Sacramento Kings defense for that. But the defensive side of the ball, there's still a lot to work on for the Sacramento Kings. But you know what? When a team has won 6 straight games, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just lighting the beam all night long. 54% for the field for the Sacramento Kings, 43% from three-point range for Sacramento, 46% for the field for Dallas, 47%, and 35% from three-point range for the Dallas Mavericks. The free throw percentage, the Kings, 76% compared to 73% for the Sacramento Dallas Mavericks, 48-40 in favor of Sacramento on the rebounds compared to 14 of those offensive, and the Sacramento Kings played a disciplined basketball game. They only had 13 turnovers, but had 34 assists. I will take that positive turnover, assist to turnover ratio any day of the week and twice on Sunday. When you share the basketball, it opens the door for players on your team to get going. And Sacramento did a really good job of sharing the ball, and that was one of the big takeaways of this win. And another thing with the rebounding. Domantas Sabonis, he's him, ladies and gentlemen. He's him. 32 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Outstanding. Outstanding performance by Domantas Sabonis. And oh, by the way, did I mention that he was 13 of 15 for the field? I was just checking just in case I forgot to mention that. But I did. I think I did mention that. Chris Duarte, he got the start, and he did really well with 13 points, 8 rebounds. He was 3 for 4 from three-point range, 4 assists, and 2 steals. De'Aaron Fox, Mr. MVP, De'Aaron Fox, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. Fox around and find out. Dallas Mavericks better think twice before they do that. Malik Monk off the bench, 12 points. Sasha Vezenkov with 7 points, including 1 3. He also had an assist and a rebound coming off the bench. Keegan Murray, 17 points, 4 assists and 3 rebounds, 2 for 7 for three-point range. I was a little worried about that, but Keegan Murray had a big game with 17 points. Harrison Barnes looked pretty good as well with 12 points. 4 rebounds and 6 assists. And by the way, Chris Duarte got the start instead of Kevin Huerter. He was sidelined in this game due to a strained finger. As of this recording, I don't know if he is going to play tonight's game against the New Orleans Pelicans. It would be cool if he does, but if he doesn't, I would run this starting lineup back against New Orleans tonight. As far as the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie Irving, 23 points, 2 rebounds and assists. Luka, Karen, Doncic, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists and 3 steals, a double-double for him, but a minus 19 and a minus 14 for Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic compared to De'Aaron Fox plus 2 and Domantas Sabonis plus 16. Oh yeah. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis smoked Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. They are the best duo in the NBA. And right now, the Sacramento Kings are looking like contenders in the Western Conference. They could potentially be going back to the playoffs if the season ended right now. But it is still a very long season. But you know what? 6 straight wins for the Sacramento Kings. I'm feeling really, really good. But they are in for a test against the New Orleans Pelicans tonight on the second night of a back-to-back. Let's see if the Sacramento Kings do not fall into the second night of the back-to-back trap game and take care of some business in New Orleans. That's going to do it for today's edition of Let 'Em Know Kings United. You can find this show on Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Radio Public, Pandora, and wherever else you want to listen to the show. Give the show a follow on those platforms. Turn on your notifications so you know about the next episode. Please rate, spread the word out to your friends, and give a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. I'm Skylar Weisberg. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you right back here for Let 'Em Know Kings United.